Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We are going to be talking about HOMEWORX Funnel Cake. Now, this candle is not technically a new release to the Slatkin & Co. brand. In fact, this made its debut last summer, in the summer of 2023, when they initially launched their Carnival collection. However, they did bring it back for 2024, and so I did decide that I wanted to repurchase this candle. I did have it a year ago, but I did repurchase it so that way I could document a dedicated review on this candle because it's now made an appearance 2 years in a row, and I feel like people might want to have some thoughts about it. So we have this beautiful wraparound label. This is their standard 4-wick 18-ounce vessel. And of course, we all know how I feel about the labels at HOMEWORX. I think that this one definitely fits the theme of the Carnival collection with the ticketing, and we've got the picture of those swings of death is what I would call them. Oh my goodness, you guys. Those things terrify me. Like, I used to be able to do all of that kind of stuff, but honestly, ever since I had children, I am a little bit more prone to motion sickness. Not to mention, just as an adult, I start to think of all of the things that could go wrong. And yeah, me flying through the air on some swings, just that really is not the thrill I'm looking for these days. But anyways, I do feel like it perfectly fits the Carnival theme. Let's go ahead and talk about the fragrance notes here. The pour date on this candle, I believe, is December 5th of 2023. We have fragrance notes on this are vanilla praline cake, golden apple, cinnamon stick, and star anise. Now, if you are familiar with this fragrance, or if you've ever heard me kind of mention this one in the past, my nose definitely believes that this is, I believe that this is a repackage of Hot Cider Donut, or if it's not a repackage, it's like a very, very close sibling. Truthfully, you guys, I haven't had Hot Cider Donut in my collection for some time, so I don't have them here to compare side by side, but just upon scent memory, you guys, and if you were burning this candle next to Hot Cider Donut, I don't think that there are so many differences in it that they would really be distinguishable. The fragrance notes on Hot Cider Donut are harvest apple, cinnamon sugar, vanilla bean, and spiced cider. So you can see that the fragrance notes on there are very, very similar. They're listed in a little bit different order, but both of them share the commonalities of an apple and a cinnamon, like a cinnamon base, as well as having like some type of spice in there, whereas Hot Cider Donuts has spiced cider, Funnel Cake has a base of like star anise. Now, star anise sometimes to me can come across, I don't want to say like licorice, but it's definitely like a heavier type of spice fragrance. I will tell you that this fragrance to me, I definitely detect that apple note in here. I really don't get a whole lot of praline in here, even though they're saying praline cake. I don't detect any kind of like nuttiness to this candle. It's really well done, you guys. I mean, I will give you that. I love this scent. I've always been a fan of the Hot Cider Donut fragrance. I still need to ask my contact at HOMEWORX if Hot Cider Donut is like one of their best selling fragrances, if it is the #1 selling fragrance, because I do believe that that scent just seems to make an appearance in every HOMEWORX collection. You know, like when they do a new release and they release like maybe like 5 or 6 candles, to me, it always seems like there is some type of offshoot from that original Hot Cider Donut. And for the Carnival collection, it's definitely this Funnel Cake. Last year we had, I think it was called like Harvest Donut. Earlier in the spring, we had Powdered Sugar Crepe. They've had sugared beignets. And while there might be some like nuanced differences, they are very, very similar fragrance families. And like I said, if you are very familiar with Hot Cider Donut, you will like this fragrance because it does smell very, very similar. And also in that same vein, if you have a lot of Hot Cider Donut in your stash, I think that it's safe to pass this one up. You don't need more of them. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that as a brand ambassador, but I'm just being honest with you. There's not enough differences to my nose that I feel like you would need it. It's a wonderful fragrance, don't get me wrong. But again, it's it seems to make an appearance quite often at some point in the HOMEWORX lineup, and I think that I don't see that pattern discontinuing anytime soon. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. I'm going to go ahead and lift it up so you can see the wicks on it. Wicks are performing really, really well on this. You can see a little bit of wick residue in the wax pool, but it is not affecting the fragrance. We've got a nice clean burn on these candles. I do use a wick dipper to extinguish my candles, but even this one, you guys, I will say that like the wicks really, they're not leaning. They're performing really well, and I actually have not even really needed to trim these wicks at all. There's really no carbon residue that is accumulating at the end of those wicks, which sometimes can like weigh it down or can be a concern for like popping when you light up the candle. It's been performing very, very well for me. No issues with pooling out, and it's been a very, very good candle for me. Strength and throw on this one, I'm also going to give this a 9. It is definitely a dominating fragrance. If you have an open concept home, I think that you are going to be very pleased with the performance of this candle. Now, I do always have in the description box down below the layout, the size, the environmental factors, all of the things that you might want to know about my particular home, and that will allow you to kind of see where I'm coming from when I'm gauging strength and throw, because we all know that that is very subjective anyways. But I will tell you that when I place this one out in my living room, it definitely fills up the living room. It fills up my kitchen. I have high ceilings and an open concept. In the bedrooms, it is definitely very, very strong. Like if you have a smaller home or maybe a smaller room that you plan to burn this in that has lower ceilings, it's going to be very, very prevalent in there. But even in an open concept, it is really nice. It's definitely noticeable. You don't have to be sniffing the air. And truthfully, you guys, this one does start to throw pretty quickly too. Usually within like 20 minutes of me lighting this candle, I can definitely start to smell it. Really, this one's a winner, you guys. It really, really is. I'm very happy with the performance of this candle. It's one of the ones that I would say is like a solid, you can count on it to perform for you. I had this same experience with this candle in the summer of 2023. And honestly, at that time period, you guys, HOMEWORX was still kind of coming out of a little bit of a funk, I would say. We all know that they've been on like a roller coaster, like most candle brands, if we're being honest, since the pandemic. And I feel like they are really starting to turn things around. And I'm very happy to say that this one is kind of like an old reliable. It's definitely what I expect from the brand, and I'm very, very happy to give this one 2 thumbs up. So it is still available on the Slatkin & Co. website. However, I find that when you go to the website, when I click on the thing that says 4-wick candles, it's not showing up in all of the 4-wick candles, but if you type in funnel cake into the search bar, it does pop up for you. So as of the time that I am filming this video, it is still currently available on the Slatkin & Co. website. I am a brand ambassador with Slatkin & Co. This candle was not sent to me in PR. I did purchase it. However, I do have a discount code with them. It is KATIESJOYFULLIFE. It will save you 15% on your order over $40. Sometimes there are some like exclusions, I guess, for when they allow ambassador codes to be used. I've talked about that in some of my other videos, so I won't go into detail on that here. But if you are comfortable using affiliate codes, because I am eligible for a commission with that, then you can save a little bit of extra money. But if not, that's totally fine too. But this one definitely gets 2 thumbs up from me, you guys. It is a candle that I see myself wanting to repurchase year in and year out. I have been pairing this, if you caught my caramel apple review, this candle along with caramel apple just gives you those perfect gourmand summer to fall country fair transitional vibes. It's an amazing fragrance combo. Also, if you happen to have Bath & Body Works Summer Boardwalk in your collection, I think that that pairs really nicely with it. So yeah, very, very happy with this fragrance, very happy with the performance, and I would definitely recommend it. Let me know in the comment box down below if this is a fragrance that you love. Are you with me? Do you guys guys think that this is probably a repackage of hot cider donut. It's okay if you smell something different. If you pick up on those nuanced differences, please feel free to chime in down below. I do always like to hear your feedback, as long as you remain respectful of myself and others. I always really enjoy just hearing what you all have to say about a lot of these candles. Please hit the thumbs up button if you found this video helpful. It does help me out with the old YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you're new. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, hi, I'm Katie. I love to do lots of dedicated post-burn reviews like this one. I also do hauls, empties, and a lot of other fun candle content in between all of that. So if you find yourself really enjoying home fragrance, I think that you would like my channel, and I would love to have you here. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.